Hey, welcome to Science of Light. 5H have come up with this hypothesis. A shadow is not always the same shape as the object making it. Now, the first suggestion we've had for testing this hypothesis is to go outside, make a shadow with my hand, take a photograph of the hand and the shadow and compare them. Let's go. Okay, so here I am. I've got my hand and I've got my shadow. Have you got them both? Okay, I'm going to use my phone to take a photograph of my hand and of the shadow. Okay, so I'm going to compare them together and see how we go. Okay, so we've got the photos connected to the TV now. That's the hand and that's the shadow. Now, I'm not feeling very confident that I can tell the difference between these two images. That is taken from much closer. That is taken from much further away. By looking at it, they certainly don't seem to be the same shape. There's a size difference, and the way they're orientated looks a bit different as well. So I think we might need to refine our procedure. Okay, we've had a suggestion from the floor. Toby was the first one to come up with that original idea. Fallon has come up with a refinement, and Fallon has said that we should make the picture of the hand and the shadow taken from the same distance so that they look similar in size, and then we can look at the shape more carefully. So let's try that. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to get a photo of my hand from about that far away. Now take a photo of my shadow from about that far away. Let's go in and see what they're like. Okay, so here we are, back at Science HQ, aka the TV screen. So we've got the photo of my hand and the photo of the shadow. They look to be about the same size. That doesn't help. I don't know how I'm going to measure that. That seems to be about right. Now, in here, I've got a gap between these two fingers. Here, these fingers seem to be joining. So that tells me that the shadow is a different shape from what's making it. I think we'll need to take this procedure back to the class to refine it again. Okay, so Alinda has come up with the idea that instead of using a hand, we should use something a bit more concrete. And we've thought that this meter ruler is the way to go. Same method, taking a photo of this and a photo of the shadow, and we'll compare the photographs. Let's come outside. So here we go. I've got a photo. Oh look, I reckon I can get... Oh, I can't get the whole ruler in the photo because I can't see it and I've got to hold it down. It's a bit tricky. There we go. And there's that down there. 2 photos done. Let's go inside. Okay, welcome back to Science HQ. We've got our photographs. Here's our meter ruler. And there's the shadow. Now the meter ruler is going that way. And it's about that long, whereas the shadow's that way and that long. So the object and its shadow seem to be in different positions and different sizes. I'm going to take this method back to the class and see if we can't improve it even more. Okay, Ava's come up with a great idea that we actually have the person measuring and the person holding the object as different people. Because Ava noticed that when I moved to take the photographs, the object was moving, and that was changing the shape of the shadow. So what's going to happen now is we're going to go back outside. Ava's hand's going to come in, and she's going to hold a book, and I'm going to measure the book and measure the shadow. And we're not even going to worry about photographs, and we'll see whether we've got the same size shape object. Let's go. Ava, you're going to have to hold the book out so it casts a shadow. Alright, here we go, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to measure the book is 195 millimetres. I'm going to measure this shadow as 180 millimeters in length. The width is 125 millimeters, and the width here is 130 millimeters. So the shadow's length is shorter than the real object, but its width is wider than the original object. Some very confusing results. Let's go back to the drawing board. So back at the drawing board, there was some heated discussion within 5H about whether our hypothesis has been tested using the method that we've been coming up with and refining. And it actually ended up being 50-50 within the class. Half of the class thought, yes, we have proven that the shadow is not always the same shape, because sometimes the shadow was the same, sometimes it was different. So some people in the class are thinking that what we've done has proven that hypothesis. Some people in the class feel that it hasn't proven the hypothesis, because there hasn't been a fair test, and there haven't been variables in place to figure out what exactly it is that is being changed. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this video out to everyone to have another look at. We're going to put all the pieces together, we're going to share it for all the students to take home and have a look at with their families, and have some discussions about whether what we've done today answers this hypothesis or not. Look forward to seeing how it all turns out.